Okay, so this video is going to be about the phone setup screen. This is going to be the heart of Smarter Contact. This is the engine behind it all. So when you're using an SMS platform, one of the most important things that you really want to focus on is getting your messages through, and that's the whole purpose of Smarter Contact. So this is going to be a tutorial on the basic setup of your phones and your phone numbers, and also kind of advanced metrics of how this works and how you can optimally send campaigns with the right phone numbers. So the first thing, I'm just going to start at the top and go our way down. So the active incoming, you always want to have some sort of active incoming number set up. This could be your personal phone, this could be your Google Voice, your call rail, any phone number that you have that you want to receive calls on. So the way it works, just really simple. Let's say you send a text blast and somebody calls that number back. Instead of it not ringing, it's going to forward to any number that you choose here. So this would be your personal phone, call rail, anything you have. Also, what's also really cool is the mobile text alert. Mobile text alerts, what that does is it triggers your phone to get a notification if a hot lead responds. So let's say the best way to use this is, for example, let's say a hot grade. Really, this is what we found is the most effective way. You really would stay away from having everything selected. But let's say you just want your warm and hot leads to send you, to get a triggered notification. Let's say a seller messages you at 6 p.m. and you're not on your computer, and they say, hey John, I'm interested in the lead, I'm interested in the property and selling you my property. Normally you're not going to know about it until the next day when you log in. So this is going to trigger a quick text to your cell phone with the script of the message. So now you can just pick up the phone and call the seller directly. So just really cool tip here. Here with the phone setup, you always want to buy a phone number that's in your local market. So if you're going to be sending a campaign in your market, you want to have a prefix that's set up that way. Here's where you buy it. You simply click the area code and you can purchase the number right from here. So very, very simple. And there you go. Now you've purchased a number, it shows up at the top and it's all right there. Active outgoing, this is going to be the current number that's currently selected. So here you can see with the blue check mark, this is the number that's live and being used right now in the software. The way the software works is it's going to take that number and it's going to go down every number. So it's going to go from this number, and remember that it's going to send 200 text messages per phone number. The reason we do that is our algorithm, right? The reason you're using Smarter Contact is to make sure that your messages go through. You don't have to use spinner tokens. You don't have to use any of these silly things to get your messages through. But we do have a number routing algorithm which allows you to get your messages through. So using this, it's going to send 200 to this number, and then it's going to go to this number, and then this number, and every number after, right? So what you want to do is put them in an order, sequentially in an order that it's going from one number to the next, right? So if you have a campaign, for example, in a different market, you really want to make sure that your numbers are set to the different markets. So let's say you're in 914, you change it and it's going to start the sequence right from here. So just really cool to be aware of that. We also give you some additional metrics on each phone number that you have. So it's going to show you when it was added, when it expires, just some really basic information. And now getting into your legacy system. This is going to be the heart and soul of the software. The legacy system is going to be key because let's say you talk to a seller 4 months ago from a phone number and that phone number expires. After that phone number expires, then you don't want to be texting them back from an old phone number, and that's where the legacy system is going to shine. What it does is we keep these phone numbers for you. Keep in mind, we do charge $1 per phone number, but it's really valuable because let's say you maintain a conversation with a seller from 4 months ago and they text you back, you're going to be able to pull that same phone number that we used and send them a text back and engage them in a conversation. Keep in mind, the rule with legacy numbers is they can't be used for campaigns. So a campaign blast, sending out a large blast, that won't work. But an individual message, that would be just fine. So that's where the legacy numbers is going to work. This is just a demo account, but you'll see the phone numbers. You'll see the legacy start date, so when it went into legacy, when the legacy period expires, active conversations. It'll show how many conversations you have active, and what we consider an active conversation is if you, let's say, send a blast, they responded to you and you responded back. So at least 3 messages back and forth, we consider that active conversations. And here you can track, okay, maybe I have 20 or 30 conversations going with this number, this would be one to keep. And if there's 1 or 2 or 3 going with this one, you can pick and decide which ones based on the active conversations, and when you give you those metrics here. So just another huge tool. You'll see the legacy numbers. Your first few months you won't, because it's 3 months for a number to expire. But after the numbers expire, you'll see your legacy numbers stack up. And this is where you're going to get the power of the software. Is over time, you're going to have a lot of legacy numbers stored into it. So one thing that we also notice here on the software is our block rate. So I know that's kind of a big issue for some people in the industry. We haven't really experienced this issue too much. I mean, it's a natural thing to happen. Where we see it the most is when people are sending out domain names, www dot, or they put a phone number. But the algorithm here is going to protect you and make sure that your messages don't get blocked. So I did a recent video, and we saw our carrier block rate was under 0.5%. It was like 0.4% or something. So like if you send out 1,000 messages, less than 4 of them would get blocked. So it's a really low rate compared to most other carriers. And really, this is the science and the reason behind it is this algorithm. So just really follow the best practices, making sure that you have text merge, you're not using domain names or using phone numbers in your messages. You have at least 1 text merge field, and you should be fine. You're not going to have any issues here sending out your campaign. So this is just a really basic intro of it, but just really remember to, especially when you're building your relationship with your sellers and your contacts, to have the right phone number set up. So making sure that it's organized. And if you don't know already, you can drag and drop the lead right into the queue. So you can make sure it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's all stacked up. You don't have something that's out of place. That way it's all organized, and it's going to go from this number to this number to this number. So hope that helps. If you guys are still not clear or have any questions about it, feel free to reach out to our support team. We're more than happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.